Now we're talking about Rio 2, which was Dylan's pick, and is also the movie that Nico is going to describe because he loved this movie just so much.
Dude, I love Rio 2. I love those funny birds. I love that really fuckable fucking frog that they have in this movie. She's so hot. She has the exact kind of energy I'm looking for from a woman. Anyway, Rio 2. So this movie is all about Blue, his woman, I forget her name. I feel like it should be like Azure or something along those lines, you know? Just like something else that has to do with blue, but not blue, something like that, you know? I don't know what it was exactly. But like, you know, her and Rio, they got a little boning going on, so they have some kids now. And they're like, hey, let's go and fly to Brazil, or not Brazil, the rainforest. We're gonna go to the rainforest because we want to see like our pals or whatever the fuck. So they go over to the rainforest, and while they're there, they end up meeting a bunch of other blue macaws. This is mind-blowing. This is nuts, quite frankly. Because the blue macaw is supposed to be an extinct species, okay? They're supposed to be basically extinct. They're supposed to be the last ones of their kind, but there's a whole ass rainforest full of them, apparently. And so while they're there, they're hanging out with all the other macaws. They end up finding out that like the leader of this tribe of macaws is the woman's father. What? And he doesn't approve of Blue very much because Blue's a fucking soy boy cuck, okay? He would absolutely just let Diego or whatever the fuck the other bird's name, just like rail his woman. But luckily, it doesn't end up happening. Instead, what happens is that these fucking characters, they end up needing to fight for their home, okay? Because the red macaws, or whatever they are trying to take their home. And they play a game of soccer and they lose their home to them. And then humans, a big old poacher guy, tries to fucking plowing down the rainforest. He wants to cut it all down because he likes trees as lumber, not as normal trees, but as lumber. He likes trees as lumber. And also, the white bird from the first movie is also here, and he's trying to kill Blue. And they eventually save the rainforest, and that's about it, you know? That's
fuck you. What a terrible description. Fuck you.
Come on. I did my best here, dude. I worked with what I had.
Why was it not like a 3-minute long tangent about you really wanting to fuck the scientist chick as a child?
Dude, because I liked her in the first movie. I didn't like her as much here. In the first movie, she gets in like this hot ass like carnival like bird outfit, and you can like see her. You can see her perfectly formed breasts in that film. It's pretty sweet. I'm a big fan of it there. In this one though, she just looks all frumpy and shit like that, and I'm not as big of a fan of that. You know, the fucking frog, on the other hand, okay, guys, let's talk about the frog for a second. This frog has absurd sexual energy going on, the likes of which I don't think I've ever seen in a children's movie before. Quite frankly, it's untenable, okay? She wants to get down and out with this white bird guy, all right? And it was honestly mind-blowing what they were able to get away with that frog.
Guys, I'm gonna just get the elephant out of the room here and say that I do not want to fuck Blue's wife.
Why
She's
not?
a bird. It would never work.
Dude, have you considered that she has like eyelashes though? Which makes her a woman bird.
Yeah. She's also a slightly different color if you didn't notice.
She's slightly lighter.
I didn't notice. That's so me though. Anyways, I'm going to get the actual elephant out of the room. I think for my general synopsis of this movie, it's super average and pretty unfunny throughout most of it. And then the ending is a complete fucking train wreck because it just seems incredibly rushed. They had like a bunch of plot points, and it seemed like they just didn't really know how to finish them all in a clean way. So they basically just had like some stupid, dumb battle scene with everybody, and then all the tension's gone after that, and the movie's over. It's really fucking stupid. Like they have this. I was really bitching about it during the watching of this movie, and the other guys watching, Tanner and Nico, didn't give a fuck about what I was saying. But basically, right, they've got like this big game of golf or whatever they're doing, this big competition with the fucking red parrots, and this is basically for their territory practically. It's their fucking livelihood or something. The hunting ground for the food here, right? If they don't have that food, they're all going to starve or something. They have to relocate the entire massive flock. And this is like a huge deal, right? You know, it's like literally where this entire tribe of birds live in like this secluded hidden area of the Amazon rainforest away from the humans. And they lose, and then just like nothing happens with that at all. And then the very next scene, it's the fucking parrots and the blue, whatever they are, together fighting against the humans. It's fucking stupid, and that's just never brought up again. And that type of thing happens with basically every plot point in this movie. Like they
there's
build up
zero
the fucking
consequences for anything in this
film.
Yeah,
they build up the hunter guy to be like this really big threat, and like he's, you know, the primary reason for, you know, the deforestation happening in the Amazon, but it's such a quick and stupid thing that it basically doesn't happen at all.
He's basically not a character in this film.
Speaking of people that aren't characters, the fucking scientist people were like practically not in this film at all. They seemed like they were just like fan service for the people that watched the first movie or something. The fucking dad, the plot progression with the dad accepting Blue was stupid as shit. He fucking hated this guy, he hated his guts, and then suddenly they just have like a touching moment or some shit, and now they're all chill. It's super weird. It was really rushed and dumb. The strong, cool, hot bird guy that they were hyping up the whole movie just suddenly just shuts down when he thinks about humans, and he's just like complete fucking retard after that for no reason.
Yeah,
super
exactly.
weird.
It's just like a super fucking sudden. Like if they had set it up beforehand, where like the dad was talking to like venting to him, he's like, yeah, he used to be like a pet or some shit, and then that guy said, whoa, a pet? And anyway, like, you know, just something like that to like kind of set it up a little bit instead of him immediately just becoming just this blubbering pile of bullshit, you know?
Yeah, I guess the white bird guy that was like hunting them with his posse with the anteater and the frog as well. They're basically non-threats the entire movie. They're just like the stupid trope of villains where they have a bunch of near misses with killing the guy, and that's basically it. This movie is like...
They don't even have that many near misses. They have like one.
They have like... I think they had two. They had the near miss when he was like getting shot at the very end where they're like fighting, and then the one on the bus. The boat. The boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just seemed like they wanted him for like fan service as well. He was like, there's like basically no actual tension in this movie, and then all the actual tension was immediately thrown away. They totally fumbled the shit out of this movie, which is not saying much because this wasn't really that great of a movie to begin with.
Were either of those even near misses, considering the big reveal that the frog isn't poisonous?
Well, the first one when they were on the boat was a near miss because he was just gonna fucking claw the guy's neck out or some shit, but then they got scared away. The second one though, when they got shot, I guess, was technically not a near miss. I mean, it was a near miss from the audience's perspective until we got that reveal. Yeah. So I still think it counts.
Honestly, I feel as though this film is really emblematic of like a lot of the worst possible traits a children's movie can possess. Like, just, there's zero fucking tension with anything. There's zero consequences for any of the actions that the characters do. The story doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. It kind of just feels like things are happening because, like, well, we gotta pad out this runtime somehow, I guess. They have random shitty-ass, like, pop song sequences throughout the film, where it's like... I guess you needed something for the Rio 2 soundtrack so all them kids can buy it and sing along to I Will Survive, but now it's a White Bird's version where the...
You guys remember I Will Survive from Shrek?
It's just shit overall. This is not a very good movie, I would say. Pretty rough, to be honest.
I agree. I think this movie is bland, boring, and stupid, but... I like the anteater. I like the anteater when he's busting it down. That it's a well animated dance sequence with a funny animal. I enjoyed that.
There was too much damn singing in this movie.
There was far too much singing in this movie.
Also, the humans look like dog shit. They're so ugly.
Oh my
so
god,
creepy.
They are horrendous.
Yeah, it's not. It's some real. Like that opening panning shot from One Piece 4.
Yeah.
That's how ugly the humans are.
I disagree on that, by the way. I feel like that looks fine, dude. I feel like it looks perfectly fine.
Capping, but anyway.
Well, I guess let's talk about the other massive elephant in this room. That being the main character himself. This guy is a total beta male cuck loser, dipshit. He's wearing his fucking fanny pack of tools. He doesn't want to improve himself. He wants to just live his stupid cozy life. Understandable on some of those terms, but like they really just constantly shut him down this entire movie. They just show him as a complete fucking like total disaster of a person.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly he's just like redeemed in this like battle scene at the end. That really, again, contributes to that. Why the fuck are we ever supposed to like this character? He's just some fucking awkward loser. I like the other bird guy, the Chad dude. He was fucking cool as shit. I wanted him to take his girl, to be completely honest.
Yeah, see, this is one downside of not having seen the first one is I assume that he has a character arc in the first movie where he learns, like, he learns to not be a fucking dweeb. And then I guess they just kind of do away with that at the beginning of this one. I assume that's what's happened.
I think he just learns how to fly in the first one. Because initially he's flightless, but he learns how to fly. And that's how the woman falls for him. Because he, like, saves her or some bullshit. I don't know if he, redeems himself in the dweebiness sort of way. Honestly, in terms of, like, the fucking Chad bird in this movie, I am very baffled that they did not really go the route of, like, him actually threatening to, like, steal his woman at all. Because, like, it's constant. You're constantly thinking this entire time. Because that's how formulaic this film is, generally. You'd think that they'd go ahead and follow through with that as well. They don't, though. He just makes a remark of like, hey, if anything happens to you, don't worry, I'll look after your family. And that's about it for the most part. The rest of the time you're thinking, oh, when's it going to happen? Well, when's like, his girl gonna be like, ooh, I kind of like this other guy, or like when's he like gonna really start making some moves and be like, hey, I'm gonna get with your woman now, by the way. That doesn't happen though. It's just him kind of like fretting that like, oh, this could happen though. This could potentially happen. But it's about it. It's as far as they take it.
And just like that, Nico, your expectations were defied. A+.
There we go. Very true.
It's what's the thing Ryan Johnson said? It subverted your expectations.
Yeah.
I like how they had that bird anytime it like was introduced to a scene, it would do that fucking Bruno Mars sound. It's like, woo-hoo-hoo!
Yeah.
But I thought that was funny in a stupid way, not a naturally funny way.
Yeah, of course. You were laughing ironically when you were wheezing and fucking dying on the floor and not being capable of breathing anymore. It was entirely ironic is why you were doing that.
Yeah, it was just being a little silly goofster.
Yeah. Anyway, does anyone else have any other thoughts on this film? Anything in particular you want to say about the frog, maybe, I guess?
God, no. Would.
My man. A+. I'm kidding. I'm going to give this film, personally, let's say a D. I'm going to give it a D.
It's just another week where I picked the exact same ranks with Nico. I also gave this movie a D.
Holy shit.
That's crazy. I'm also giving it a D.
Whoa!
Let's go.
Can't wait for Dylan to give it like a fucking B+ or something.
Dylan's gonna love this fucking movie, dude.